Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Benji back here again today with another trading recap. And today we netted we did net $2,056.98. Just about $2,057. So, today was a good day. Good day today. Good day today. Well, actually, it was a decent day. I'm proud of myself for my performance, but I'm pretty upset with myself on how I didn't size in. I just did not size in. I performed pretty well. I could have performed better. Obviously, anyone can perform better. But I did well with my NNDM plays. I just did not size in. Like, as you can see, I only made $660 on it. Like, that's better than nothing. But I could have easily had that number could have been like $3,000, $4,000 from how I was playing. I could have easily had that number. I just was not using the size. I was playing very low size today for no reason. I have no idea why. I think I'm just a little nervous. I honestly have no way of explaining to you guys why I was playing with such small size. It's just that I know last week the market was pretty slow, so things seem to be picking up again. That might be why. And, I'm just going to readjust. Tomorrow, if it seems hot, I'll start getting in with bigger position sizes. But for now, I'm still going to stick to small to medium sizes. But I wish I played with big size on NNDM. I'm just going to review today just my big trades. As you can see, I have like a few small ones. Like I have a $10, $100, $2 loss, 71. I'm not going to go over those. I'm mostly just going to review KMPH, NNDM, SGLB, and VJET. So we are going to start today with KMPH because, what was my first trade today? NNDM. All right. Yeah, we'll start with NNDM. We'll go in order. So, pulling up the chart. This one, wow. As you can see, I missed the majority of its move, but it's okay. It's fine. These things happen, and no one could have predicted this. I'm telling you right now, no one could have. I was astonished when I saw it during lunch today. Just, like, this is 1 p.m., it almost hit $4 at 1 p.m. That's insane. That's a 400% move right there. Looking at the daily, we knew there was resistance at the 200 EMA here. It has not crossed it. Let's go on a longer time frame. We'll look at 10 years, just to give an example of what this thing did today. So it's really struggled to surpass its 200 EMA. Even 10 years ago, it was barely above it. And as we look closer to today, as we can see in the volume bar section, there is no volume candle that even comes close to today. That is what I call an insane move, an insane amount of volume. We had 318,528,000. Oh, it keeps going higher. I'm not even going to say it, but we had a lot of volume on today's candlestick. And no one could have predicted that. No one. This thing had news this morning. It breakthrough 3D printing circuit boards. So honestly, that's good news. I don't exactly know what that means, but that is good news for the company. And the traders reacted that way. The traders reacted like it was great news. So let's get into the trade. Pretty much, I had this on my watch list because of the amount of volume it had during pre-market. Just looking here, it was number 1 on the gap scan, I'm pretty sure, on TK's gappers. It was number 1. And so I had it on my watch list. I took note of the resistance lines that came up during pre-market because I knew that they would come into play later on. So I set a resistance line from this around 5 a.m., this little resistance that was going on. I set another resistance line around 7:40-ish. Couldn't really get above 150. And basically, I was just watching. I was just watching during the morning. I wanted to make sure that this thing, I wanted to know if it had potential. And what I saw, this is a little cluttered, so I'm actually going to look on this chart. What I saw was I didn't see that much positive momentum, positive bullish flow going through in the morning. Like, yeah, we had this pop around 9:35, but it instantly sold off. So I was a little hesitant. But I noticed that this thing was finding support on its previous resistance during pre-market at $1.20-ish. So I took that into consideration and decided to take an entry at 120. It was very small. I had roughly about, I can't even see, hold up, there. I had 1,500, yeah, 1,500 shares. That's nothing. That's very small. And I entered right about on this candlestick. Let's zoom in here so you guys can see. On 9:51, entered on the support. My game plan here was to buy as close to support as possible. As you can see, I drew my trend line at $1.19. I bought at $1.20 and a half. And I was going to sell basically on a new low. If this created a new low, I would sell. If it would dip below $1.18, I'd be out. Very small loss because I had a very small position. But my thesis was right. It held this support and rode the AEMA all the way up to a new high. And honestly, my game plan here was just to scalp it because I had such small share size. I'm a scalp trader. I'll be honest. I'm a scalper. I don't hold for these massive moves all day. I could become like that in the future, but right now I'm sticking with what I know, and this is how I make my money. So I scalped it, new high, instantly got out. Actually, I sold a little bit below. I sold at $1.29 and $1.33. Wait, did this break to a new high? Yeah, this new high? Yeah, $1.39, $1.36. Yeah, so it broke to a new high at a little bit before 10 a.m., a few minutes after I sold, but I wasn't that worried because I made about 10 cents a share on this trade, so I was happy. But afterwards, I actually noticed that this thing, if we look on this chart right here, this thing was kind of, if we just look at this portion of the chart, this is a miniature cup and handle. Very small. It's kind of hard to tell, but if you make the candlesticks a little bigger, like it's a cup and handle right here. That's clean. Also riding the 20 EMA. So I decided, I had such a small position size. I'm not done with this thing. I think it has more in it. I think it can keep going. So this is when I first started talking about in the chat room today. I didn't really alert my entry. I said NNDM looks good here. And I actually bought at 10:06. Yep, my first buy was at 10:06. Again, very small, very small. I'm sorry, this is all cluttered. I'm trying to figure this out. My first buy, 10:06, $1.44. Or wait, no, I did bought. Yeah, no, I did bought here on the way down to the 20 EMA. That was my first position on this cup and handle. 2,500 shares here. $1.40. Next buy, a little higher because I noticed it was riding this 8 EMA. I wanted to get a bigger position because I didn't want to be left out like I was on this $1.20. Just another 1,500 shares because this wasn't an ideal entry. I would have liked to get more shares on this dip, but I didn't. Oh well, it's fine. So I bought not my final share size, but I bought another share size on the break of the cup and handle, which was $1.44, $1.40. Wow, this is cluttered. $1.44. Yeah, $1.44 right here. And what time was that? 10:06. 10:06, we look. 10:06, it was right about to break its cup and handle. This was the handle right here. It's right about to break above. So I bought right at the nick of time. And boom, break. New high a day. Nice, nice, nice. I started taking my scales because that's what I do. As a stock breaks high a day, I start selling on the ask just because That's just what I do. I secure my profits. So as soon as it broke to the upside, I started selling $1.41, $1.40, $1.42, $1.43-ish. You can't even see my sells up there. I don't know why it does that. But yeah, that's a good trade. Good trade in my opinion. I was probably up around like $300 to $400 at this point. If I sized in or if I held, yeah, I'd be up more, but it's okay. It's okay. I made my profit. That's all that matters. Next, my final trade on NNDM was at 1054, and this is more of a longer term cup and handle that I noticed. So, looking at the 5-minute chart, we have bought in at 1055-ish. So, we're looking at this chart. What do you guys see here? What's that? Cup and handle on the 5-minute. That is very clean, especially since we're riding the 20 EMA and the VWAP on the 5-minute. The 1-minute looked great as well, but the 5-minute just, oh my gosh, it looked fantastic right there. So I took some entry, I took some points, I took some shares, very small amount of shares. I wish I took more, but I was actually multitasking, watching 2 stocks at once. Only took about 2,000 shares right down here. I really wish I sized in. Really do. But it's okay. Tomorrow I will do better. Tomorrow I will size in more. So it took this entry, 1055-ish, and as soon as I entered, it just basically blew up. As you can see on the 5-minute, it just blew. Blew to way new highs. And yes, I know I didn't hold for that nice move again, but I took my profit. I took about another 10 cents a share. Like on this chart itself, it doesn't look like I took that much. Like if I buy right here, sell here, it doesn't look like it's that big of a gain, but it's actually about 10 cents a share, which is a pretty solid amount of profit right there, especially on a stock that's only $1.40. That's a nice gain. So yeah, looking back on this, I could have definitely traded this much more today. I could have taken all these miniature pullbacks that were going on. But it's okay. It's okay. I made my money off of it. It's fine. We'll move on to the next. But before I move on to the next stock, a few of the guys in the chat room asked for me to go into like more detailed analysis. So I am going to do that looking at NNDM. Let me get a sip of water really quick. So, looking at NNDM, as we can tell throughout the day, we're going to just skip basically the morning. We're going to start around 11 a.m. Because I basically just went over the whole morning where I traded it. So, around 11 a.m., this thing just held. On the 5-minute, this thing just held the 8 EMA all morning. I don't think it broke below at all. The AEMA is a very strong tool, and I highly recommend you guys use it. I learned it from TKE. He uses it himself, and this thing is a very strong, powerful indicator. So as we can see, around 11 a.m., we'll zoom in, do little portions. This is my last trade, where I ended. I sold on this candle. We pulled back to the AEMA. This could have been an entry. Perfect entry right here. You buy on a pullback to the AEMA. It's very low risk because you can risk the close below the AEMA. If the stock on the 5-minute, if it closes below, let's just say, for example, AEMA is at $1.54. If it closes at $1.50, $1.49, get out. You're done. The trade is over. Just take your loss. It's fine. But this thing never broke below the AEMA. It held the AEMA. Actually made another run here at 11:20, flagged again on the AEMA, made another run around 12, flagged again. These are all entry points. These flags, identify these flags. These are flags. That's a flag. This is a flag. Not the prettiest flag, but I'm doing this fast. This is a flag. Identify these flags. These things are gold setups right here. Especially on stocks with this much volume, this is an insane amount of volume for the stock. Especially since the stock is only a 7 million float. it's unheard of. Literally unheard of. In the stock's history, this has never happened before. So just like looking at the chart, there were so many entries, so many different ways you could have scalped this or held on the entire day. It's just, I didn't. I hope some of you guys did, but I did not. Hindsight 2020, I will be better next time. Just reviewing this trade, I can see where my errors are and where I can improve. I hope you guys can too. It's just insane. This thing went to $4. That is crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah. And also, I drew these trend lines right here. We have a symmetrical triangle forming on the 5 minute from about 1 o'clock to market close. And as you can see, we broke to a new high. Didn't even want to stop after hours. Didn't even want to stop. Overall, this thing offered so many opportunities to make money on. I hope some of you guys did. That would be awesome. That would be great. So I netted about $660 off that one. Next trade, we are going to discuss KMPH. This one right here, it had news. It was a day 74. I don't know what that means, but it's FDA related and it's positive. So I took that as a good sign. This was not my watch list, but Elite Picks, someone part of Royalty Trading mentioned this. And I noticed when I pulled up the chart, I noticed it was flagging. And I'm a sucker for flags, as you guys can tell. I'm a sucker for flags, a sucker for triangles. I love it. So I took an entry here at about 28 cents, 27-ish, 28. Bought in this dip, took some more up here, and ended up selling on the break of high day. Actually, it was, because the break of high day was the pre-market resistance. So I sold on that break basically because I knew there was resistance pre-market. I knew there was resistance during the market. So I started selling on the ask, like usual. Nice gain, nice gain. That's all I have for this analysis right here. Just identify these flags. I'll draw the flag right here. Nice flag. Nice flag. And yeah, it dipped, but instantly got bought up. So when you see a flag, but it dips and you see the wick, like it didn't close below the flag. It wicked. That means that people were buying that dip, and then it eventually broke out. Good trade right there. Good trade. Netted about $358. And then the next two trades are SGLB and VJet, which were both sympathies to NNDM. I'll go over VJet first because I traded this before SGLB. So VJet, here we have TKE, Trading Kin Eric. He alerted this. He basically was saying how it's the same sector as NNDM. And since it was up 400%, we should have sympathies, which he was totally right. So, looking at my buys, here, let's get the 5 minute. So we can see on the 5 minute, we actually flagged a little bit. Wasn't the prettiest flag. Could have been a lot prettier. But it was still a flag. It wasn't bad. We flagged there. Like a little flagpole. Here's the flag itself. It was riding the AEMA. And pretty sure when he was talking about it, it was around this time right here. 12:30. So 12:30 is just, right about here. So I took my first entry, very small position size, again, at $1.18. Quickly sold because I basically got scared. This thing was very low volume, and I was nervous that it was just going to run dry. I was very nervous, and looking back, I shouldn't have been that nervous. But this thing flagged. I missed the flag entry, so I bought a little bit above. So my first entry was down here, bought on the break of the flag, and sold for a profit, but not the greatest profit. I could have easily held for this move. But what I noticed, it was that I was riding the AEMA. This is a powerful tool. I cannot say this enough. The AEMA is a powerful tool. It was riding the AEMA, so I bought it up, and eventually it broke out. As we can see, 1240-ish broke out. Sold on the breaks, on the ask. As I always emphasize, when a stock breaks out, start selling on the ask. You can take advantage of that. So sold on the ask, and basically just broke down for the rest of the day. I'm actually going to end this right here. I'm not done. I still have to go over SGLB, but I will be back. I have to go eat dinner. So, yeah, I will put the SGLB trade in right after this. Alright guys, I am back, and I know it's like 4 hours after I ended that, but you know, I was with the family, we did some family things, it was a good time, and kind of lost track of time, but I promised you guys I would talk about SGLB, so that's what I will do. So, SGLB, it is another sympathy of NNDM, and I know, I realized this, basically, wait, what has NNDM done? From when I last shot the first part of this video, NNDM had not made this move to $6. That's absurd. This is literally absurd. I didn't think it could go to $4, but $6? Jeez, that is crazy. That is crazy. It's up another 100% from its close. Wow. But yeah, SGLB, so this thing is a direct sympathy to NNDM. So this thing is running with running with NNDM basically. But I just played this one single move right here. Basically with this stock. So we're looking at 104, 105-ish. So I know NNDM, when we look back at the same time, let's go 1304, 1305. So 1304, 1306. Here we go. It was the high of the day so far for NNDM. At this time, it hit 397, just about $4. And it was basically just going berserk. Like, it went, I thought this thing would break down. I thought that the 200 EMA would cause this thing to break down to 284 level. I thought shorts would come in and start shorting this thing and cause it to reverse and sell off. But we had a short squeeze. And when it short squeezed all the way up, it basically went to $4. At this moment, this is when SGLB became strong. It's because people were looking for sympathies. People were like, oh my gosh, NNDM is going up so much. What's another stock in the sector? SGLB was the answer. So I took an entry. Let me get this chart. It's less cluttered. Let's see. My first entry, I really wish these were in order more. So my first entry, I think, was at 253. Very small shares. I didn't really get filled. Oh, yeah, I remember. I didn't really get filled because I was trying to buy in the bid, and no one was filling me. And this was at 1258. So when we're looking at 1258, basically getting filled here. I was trying to buy down here, but I would not get filled in the bid. So I eventually hit the ask and had a decent amount of shares. I think I had roughly about 5,000 shares, and just scalped it basically because I knew NNDM, it was going off. I knew it was going insane, but I didn't know how long it would go insane. And when it comes with sympathies, they will follow its like basically so SGLB was following NNDM. It will follow its move basically. And if NNDM started to sell off, which it did after it hit its new high, it basically just consolidated a little bit, but then started selling off. And as we can see on SGLB, it did the exact same thing. So I didn't really want to risk it. I didn't want to risk NNDM selling off, which would cause SGLB to also sell off. So as I bought into this breakout right here, and not really even breakout, it was mostly just like NNDM was breaking out, so I bought into SGLB. I just was looking to get out, basically just scalping it on the volume. So I was just selling on the ask like I usually do. And I actually got my best exit. Honestly, come on. I want to show you guys my best exit. But now I can't even see the chart. My best exit was basically like 278, I'm pretty sure. Like I got a really nice fill in the ask, which was awesome. This was a good trade, very good trade. Netted about $570 in this one. So yeah, SGLB, I mean, this stock, this is the one that I use more position size on. Just because I was a little upset because I missed out on a lot of NNDM. So I went a little bit bigger in this size, but it paid off in the end. And yeah, that's basically what I wanted to go over with you guys. $2,000, up $2,000 on the day, which is a solid day in my books. And you know, it's only Tuesday. We'll be back at it tomorrow, Wednesday. So if you guys reached the end of this video, it's probably very long, but if you reach the end, thank you. I appreciate you guys, and I will be posting more. Look forward to some videos specifically talking about my strategies, my favorite chart setups. I'll also create videos. Basically, I plan on making a video how I choose what's on my watch list for the pre-market. Some people ask me about that, and yeah, if you guys have any other video ideas, just feel free to DM me anytime. I am very friendly, and I'm here to help. So thank you guys, and I'll see you guys later.